Still a great intro. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, it's not bad.
I mean, for free music, Island Breeze really slaps pretty good. Season 4, episode 46.
Here we go.
It's getting close. Water's opening up.
Mm-hmm.
Things are... I actually tied flies.
Yeah, when you sent me that picture, I was astonished, honestly.
And then I looked at a couple of the flies I tied last year, and I was like, oh, I forgot I tied those that way. And I should go back to doing it that way. And so now, I've got a half dozen tied the wrong way. But whatever. They'll still play.
Yep.
They'll go to George.
Yep.
Yeah. Felt good to be back on the Vice in the middle of an all-day work meeting.
Yeah. If I didn't have to be so involved at my job, I'm not saying you're not, but like, if I didn't have to interact with people,
Yeah.
I'd bring a Vice to work.
I tell you what, the fact of whoever the fuck thought in corporate America an all-day training on a fucking Friday from 9 to 4:30, go fuck yourself.
Haven't we got it's hard to me. It's hard for me to believe that there's still somebody out there in corporate America that would think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's got to be some old fucking blue hair that's just hanging on to...
And this bitch gets on there and she's like, I know I'm not the most popular person in Nextera right now. You think?
Oh, shit.
How about do this on a Monday? None of us are going to... I felt really bad for the poor fucks that actually had to go sit in the classroom. Because there was 35 people in there. And I was like, there's no way. No way. I'm not doing that.
You think their best... I mean, I don't work in corporate America. But my best course of action with that would be have it on a Wednesday. That's when you're going to get your best interaction with people. Because the first 2 Mondays are gone. You got hump day. The weekend's in sight.
Just get through it.
Just fucking hammer through it. Then you got Thursday, Friday, boom. But to have it on a Friday, that's diabolical.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty sure that's when... I'll tell you after what I was going to say. I'm not going to say it on the air.
I don't even know, I know a bunch of people that were in it. I sat there through the whole thing. I was tying flies. I don't what do you want me to do?
Do you have to interact?
They asked 3 questions in the first hour, and then you just type back in the chat, and then there was nothing else. And it was just people rambling on about how to maneuver, as a leader in their HR space. And I'm like, so again, you're trying to give leadership training in the most condensed bullshit way possible that none of us are going to benefit, but you can check a box. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just
How about you just don't do it?
Yeah. Mike's granddaughter, Livy, she wants to get her bachelor's in human resources. I said, more power to you for furthering your education, but people hate human resources. They're the fun suckers.
Yeah. Small company HR is okay.
Yeah.
But corporate America, HR leaders, I don't know, I just don't know who actually...
Yeah.
Where in growing up do you decide that HR is where I want to be? Unless you are just a bitch.
Speaking of funny story about HR from a big landscaping company I deal with, their mechanic, buddy of mine, when we were on the moose hunt, he says, I had to go to an HR meeting with because there's 4 mechanics there, and they all had to have their human resources training of sexual harassment and all that shit. So he's the maintenance manager for Piscataqua Landscaping.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's supposed to be the supervisor, the leader, the and the three other guys. And I've since vetted like the story with the three other guys that work for him. Travis stood up and said to the HR manager, "So what? Let's put a scenario on the table. So what do I do if I walk into the shop and him are fucking each other?"
Jesus Christ.
And I guess the HR manager's face, and like she's new to the company, was hired for HR, has no prior landscaping experience. Like she was hired as an HR manager, and I guess she would like ghost white and almost had to walk out of the room. I'm like, Travis, you're lucky you didn't lose your fucking job. Like that right there.
It's like we've got our HR rep on site is retiring. Finally. And they're like, "Oh, it's all going to be done by corporate." I'm like, "Okay." People are like, well, like, what are we going to do? I was like, not get fired as easily. Like, this is great.
Yeah, there's no one here.
Yeah, there's no one here anymore. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you own a business and you think Friday all day is a great time to do training, unless that involves, like, having beers and, like, shooting the shit and, like
team building.
Yeah, that's a fine Friday activity.
Like bang out of the
Fucking
office at noon.
Be at your computer for 8 hours straight on a fucking WebEx call. Just fucking kill me.
I learned what Teams was the other day for the first time.
It's Microsoft's version of Skype that sucks.
Yeah, I don't have anything to base it on, so I really didn't know. But I had to do a Teams sales update.
Yeah, Teams is kind of like AOL.
Gotcha.
And for a while, they weren't letting you delete conversations, at least my particular company. And that was terrible. Like, I need to get rid of some of these people that are texting me. But I have realized the new fun thing that I get to do in my life and job, because they've changed how we do stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff just goes to Florida, and then they just disperse it to who they think should get it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just get these random emails from people that are like, "Oh, hey, need you to follow up on this." And I just send back, "Not my job, not my responsibility. Try again. Thank you." Fucking
hate to see you coming.
I'm like, if you don't know, I don't mind you starting out with like a, "Hey, are you the right person for this?" But when I just get an email that's like, "Oh, hey, you gotta handle this," it's like, nope, not my job, not my barrel of monkeys. Don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Not my circus. I heard an interesting fact, and this is me pivoting back to the outdoors world.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me yesterday, and this is me I didn't do any research on it, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sorry. But I heard in the state of Maine, if the name ends with like "ook," like Sebasticook,
Mm-hmm.
or it ends with "hunk" or "hunk" or whatever, like "Sauda hunk."
Mm-hmm.
If it ends with "hook," it's navigable by canoe, and if it ends with "hunk," it is not.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And that's for like lake names and river names?
Mm-hmm. Or town names.
Huh.
So there's your fun fact.
That we don't know if it's right, but it might be.
Mm-hmm. The reason I don't know if it's right is the person that gave me the information is highly questionable. So. Because you can't even get my name right every time I see him, so.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah. It's literally one syllable.
U-E.
Well, my real name is
I know.
one syllable. Remember when I used to spell my nickname longer than my real name?
Yeah.
And you gave me so much shit for it.
I finally bullied you into spelling your name properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't have your shortened name, which is a nickname, be longer than the actual name. Unless it's like a completely different name.
Like
Hewins.
Yep.
That plays.
Uh-huh. I got into a bit of an argument with my wife before I came here tonight about the phrase "nip it in the bud."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "You're saying that wrong," and I was like, "How do you say it?" And she said, "Nip it in the butt." I said, "No, you are saying it wrong."
Yeah, she's wrong.
and I had to Google it to show her that she was saying it wrong. And when you type in "nip it in the butt" meaning, it says they're saying it incorrectly, like AI. That's why I love AI, because it's got to throw shade sometimes.
Uh-huh.
You're saying it wrong. It's "nip it in the bud." So
I also realized, speaking of AI, it's a crock of shit. Because if AI was real, why do I still get emails from fucking Lowe's that I want a gift card?
what do you mean?
Like all the fake emails that are like, oh, you won this DeWalt tool set. It's like, no. Your email address is fucking letters and numbers. I don't believe you.
Yeah, or you get the random text message, you didn't pay your
Yeah.
Easy Pass toll.
Yeah. Where's AI taking rid of that shit?
Well, that part of AI just hasn't advanced yet.
The fucking...
That's what they're going to tell us.
Fuck them. I don't believe them.
But that's what they want us to believe.
Big conspiracy guy.
Mm-hmm. So, you put up that story.
I did. I don't even know if we got any comments.
I responded to it.
My wife sent me a leaf blower extension for my gutters.
That's her ick. Her fishing ick.
No, she just sent it to me. I don't know why.
I got an idea. Sounds like she may want you to clean the gutters.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see here. You were the only response. We got 72 views.
And I just said, like, I am my own fishing
Your
ick.
own fishing ick.
I cause most of my problems.
Because I was thinking about it, like, for a while.
Yeah, what brought it up?
I think it was just like a random Instagram story of like a soccer team talking about like what's their soccer player ick of like black cleats or
gotcha.
like playing with your hair down for girls. I was like, oh, I wonder what people would say for fishing. Apparently nothing. So fuck them. Thanks for all your fucking interactions, you pricks.
Pretentious douchebags is probably my biggest thing.
Yeah, I was just going to go ahead and just say Orvis rods on the water.
Don't you own an Orvis rod?
Nope. Not anymore. No, I do.
Yeah,
I have a three-weight.
Yeah, your 3-weight's an Orvis.
I do. It's a very nice Orvis rod. But it doesn't have a fucking gigantic white strip that's 10 inches long that just says, I'm an asshole. And actually, I like both those reels up there are Orvis reels.
Yep.
Love them. Great reels.
So Orvis within reason on the water.
I would say if you see a Helios coming towards you, You just know it's going to be downhill.
I know, but I know nobody I fish with owns one
No.
or have fished with. I bet you we have interacted with the guy that owns one, and we talked about him last week on the podcast.
Yeah, guaranteed. Big Orvis guy.
Big Orvis guy. A lot of tweed.
Yeah, I'm not like, I don't know. There's so many things that just irritate me with fishing, and what people do. I could probably go on forever, but like, it really just comes down to like crowding me.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you don't crowd me, I will sit and judge you from a distance. Don't worry.
Since I haven't spent a lot of time on rivers, like big trout fishing rivers, I don't really know the etiquette as far as like if you're fishing a hole and I come down and see that you're fishing that hole, do I go above or below you?
See, that's where I think a conversation is worth having. Be like, hey, and I think that
And anybody that's listening to this that is in that same boat, like, feel free to message one of us to tell us your thoughts.
And I would say it depends. A lot of different factors weigh into how that discussion goes. Or, like, if it's a big hole, like easily fishable by 2 to 3 people, then I think a conversation, especially if it's like if the guy's doing well, or if you can tell the guy is struggling, I basically go off mood. But also being like, hey, are you working up or are you working down? Like, I don't want to fuck up your day.
Yep.
Is a valid question. And if he's like, well, fuck off, I'm just going to be like, all right, well, I'll just high hole you and I'll work back up. Like, if that was my plan, or, my plan is to work downriver and fish downriver.
I guess the natural thing would be because you're going to end up working downriver anyways, is that
Well, it depends. There's some rivers where I work upriver. Like, there's some times where you hop on a river and there's 2 access points. And it's like, was that guy fishing his way up and we're fishing our way down?
All right, so let's use this as an example. The Mag Bridge.
Yep.
So I would go in right where we would launch, where we launch the raft, and like fish up towards the bridge to start.
Yep.
If you came up to me, would you fish a little ways down, or would you go on the upside of the bridge? I guess it also depends on what you know about that spot too.
Right. I would most likely go down and then just work my way down and just work away. Or I would go like way up.
Yeah.
I don't like to fish near people that I don't know. And I mean, there's times like you go into pools on the Mag and you're just going to have people around you. It is what it is. But that's one of those things where it's like, just work in, fish a hole hard if you want to. Like, the thing, I guess, going back to things that annoy the fuck out of me, if you are going to completely change out a rig and you stand in the middle of that hole to hold that hole for 20 fucking minutes while you fucking try and tie knots and drop flies in the water, just know I'm really thinking about throwing a rock at the back of your head. Like, it's one thing if, like, you break off and you have to tie right away and, like, you're going back in after that fish. Like, I get that. But if you, for example, there was a night when we were up with Aaron 2 years ago when there was a kid just standing on a rock. He'd fish the whole stretch, pull it up, cut, retie. That fucker must have tied 25 fucking flies on. Aaron and I finally got pissed off enough where it was like, all right, he's fishing up above in that separate hole, but we're going to fish literally. I'm putting a line basically on his ass and fishing down from him. and we destroyed that hole. Between the two of us, we caught like 28 fucking fish. Didn't say a fucking word to that kid. Because fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, those are the times where it's like, dude, just because you got to that hole and you've caught a fish at that hole, like, I also, if I'm on a river with that much fishable water, and that's where it also comes into play. Like, are you on a river that doesn't have a ton of good holes, and you want to go hole camp for a day? Like, there's guys that do that on another river very close to there. They're like, I know there's guys that will just go sit at the bank, fish it all day, and stay in the same fucking spot. And it's like, dude, what do you do? Like, I want to move the river. Like, and that's why, like, fishing with Aaron is so much fun. Like, we cover so much ground, and, like, that's what I like to do. I do it with, striper fishing. Like, if we are not catching fish in a spot, I am the first one to pull a fucking ripcord.
Yep.
We are going somewhere else. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm driving over a fucking school of fish that I could fucking float the boat on. Mm-hmm. We're leaving.
What's from your, so you say you're there and you're fishing a hole and it's hot and there is another guy kind of waiting in the foreground. You catch your, like, how long do you fish it before you say, all right, I'm going to move on, let somebody else have a whack at it?
Well, like, we've done that at Middle, where it's been like, there's just boats everywhere, there's guys everywhere, it's busy, and, like, everyone just kind of rotates through. And that's where, like, getting to know kind of who's around you, like, if there's not a dickhead with a Helios, like, you kind of know you're going to be able to, like, I'll invite someone in, like, especially, like, if I catch, like, a good fish in front of someone, and I know there's other fish in there.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping these fish. Like, I've made my memory.
Yeah.
And I will assist you with yours if you want help, or if you just want to hit that hole, go for it. Like, I'd let it cool off a little bit. I just dropped a fucking pissed off fish or ripped a fish through that hole. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to be a little turbulent for a little bit, but, you know, it's really the old whites that say that young kids have no fucking class or respect on the water, that expect you to give holes to them, that drive me nuts. That, like, will see you catching fish and basically fucking try and hit you with a fly. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, dude, I will beat a senior citizen. You have any idea how far we are from cell phone service?
Yeah,
you won't be able to remember what my face looks like by the time you get to a hospital. But I think it's all, like, how the river is, how busy it is, how the river's fishing. Like, same thing that, like, even if I don't catch a fish, if I'm frustrated and I know I want to tie something else on, I can't think of many places where I fished that I don't think I could go do something different. Now, is that something different going to be exactly what I want to do? Maybe not, but it's like, I could also go work on, like, trying to figure out my depths, or, like, trying to work on something else fishing, where it's not necessarily has to be catching a fish.
Yeah. Go hone another skill or something.
Yeah. Or fucking learn how to tie knots better. I don't fucking know. Just, like, you're on the water. Like, we rolled up, last summer up into fucking Mazzelli while he was out fucking fishing. He had the whole fucking spot to himself. He was on a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Like, we came over in a boat, and it's like, we have limited access to where we're going. We're both going to kind of fish the same run, but I was like, once I saw it was him, he was like, dude, just pop in, like, let's fucking fish together. And, like, I got some cool shots of him. He got shots of us. Like, we texted later in the day. I don't know. I think it's just about meeting someone on mutual ground of, like, if you come into it being like, I'm in this hole, go fuck yourself, you're going to have a bad time on the water.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking for a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to be a douchebag to anybody. But if somebody is a douchebag to you,
there's some reasons.
I mean, there is reason, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. If somebody is a douchebag to you and you're doing the right thing, by all means, be a douchebag back.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if I'm fishing on the salt and you either try and pass me being a dickhead because I'm just going easy and you pass way too fucking close, I will remember what your boat looks like, and I do carry 3-ounce diamond fucking lead sinkers. And there's always one in a cup holder.
Remember those guys when we were fishing in the back channel last year?
Yeah.
That came by with the... If they come by again, make sure you fucking hit them in the head with that fly.
Yeah. I don't care if they fucking spool you because it's stuck in him and they keep going. I'll pay for the line. You know when you see in those videos where they fucking grab the fly line and pull the whole rod and everything back to set the hook? Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Right in his fucking skull.
Floss him.
Yeah.
I've heard on some other podcasts, like guys that fish up in the Salmon River up in New York and that area, like...
I have zero desire to ever go to that.
Yeah, because there's so many fucking people, and it's like so... Like, this is my hole, this is my spot, like that type of shit. And then how, like... I've heard stories of guys that... Like, because primarily it's weighted,
Yeah.
but there's some people that come, like guides that have drift boats that come down, and then they'll just park right in front of you while you're trying to fish. And, like, those are the types, like, fuck you.
Yeah. I've had someone do that to me on the Androscoggin.
Like, park a drift boat right in front of you?
Uh-huh. Because I had waited out to where he wanted to be, apparently. And he didn't give a fuck. And I was like, that's fine. I'll fuck up your client's day. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I got all day, motherfucker.
Did he say anything to you?
Nope. I was like, all right. That's how this is going to go. All right, so sounds good.
Yeah.
It was like probably 6 or 7 years ago. It was a while ago. It was probably Aaron. Prick.
Oh.
But I mean, like, even like this summer, like, even being in like all the blitzes, like, there was only one time where I almost fucking killed someone. And I wasn't even on my own boat. Or I probably would have. Like, boarded a boat and just started swinging. But it was like, we're catching fucking bunker. Like, there's no need to fucking cast over people. You fucking retard. And actually got... The dude that did it was 2 boats over. And got somehow tangled with me, who I'm fishing legitimately off the back of the boat. And he was a second boat over.
Was he fly fishing?
No. Like, snagging pogies. I'm like, are you fucking retarded? And there was a charter in between us. And I ended up DMing the charter and being like, yo, that was me on this boat. I apologize for what happened. I had nothing to do with it. And he's like, no, it's all good. He's like, I saw what happened. He's like, I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. Because, like, he pulled everything and split.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to fuck your day up for clients. Like, I'm out here fucking off.
Yeah. So I already told you about it, but I learned a valuable lesson the other night in not talking to your father on speakerphone.
Yeah, you learned an expensive lesson.
Ooh.
Yeah. 6 to 7 puppies.
Yeah, like a decades-long lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I'm okay with it, but
Yeah.
it was just like, because he's talking, and, you know, Kathy's finding out how many puppies we're having tomorrow, and I looked over at Mandy, and she was on her phone, and I just see her head pop up like this. And I didn't say anything, and then after we got off the phone, I texted him. I was like, I guess I need to see if I can get on that list. And then your mom texted me on. She texted me that night, said, "You're on the list. I'll let you know how everything goes tomorrow." And then, and honestly, I'm kind of glad we did it, because if all works out, it couldn't be more perfect, because the dog's going to be ready to go home by the time Mandy's out of school.
Yeah.
And Mandy's going to have all summer with that dog to get acclimated and trained, and so it'll just be good. So, got me out of the doghouse
What'd you get in the doghouse for?
because I hadn't gotten her a dog.
Oh.
I told your father, I was like, if I don't get her a dog, I'm going to come home to a fucking rescue, and I don't want that.
No, you really don't. I got a 7-year-old Chessie if you want it.
No.
She's going very blind.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure right eye has just about zero vision. Yeah, George the other day was like, oh, she hasn't barked at me in a while. I'm like, because she can't see who the fuck anyone is. No shit, she hasn't barked.
Christ.
Yeah. Apparently, Chessies have a degenerative eye disease that's, like, pretty common.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Leah Googled everything. I just took her word for it. But, like, I can hold a toy to the right, to, like, my left side of her face. She won't even move.
Really?
Like, no recollection of what's going on over there. Now, I put it on the other side of her face, and she sees it. She's like, no.
Toy. And then there's Diesel.
And, yeah, fucking Diesel. A fucking dog. He gave up eating a little while ago. He went on a hunger strike. Apparently was upset with the conditions. So then I just went to, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you want fucking pancakes, dude? Like, whatever food the kids didn't eat, just went to that dog.
Yeah.
Leah's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't fucking, he's 15.
Yeah.
He can literally, if he could talk to me and said, I want a McDouble every day, I'd go get him a McDouble every day. I don't really give a shit.
Let's be honest. He does.
He probably does.
I
But
mean,
so
look,
now what we've done is I took the grease catcher off the back of the Blackstone.
oh, that fucking dog's living. He's like, man.
Straight bacon grease on every meal.
He's like, I should have turned 15 years ago.
Yeah. Where the fuck has this been all my life? He's got a pep in his step.
Years ago, he just threw me in the water and yelled at me, and now he's giving me bacon grease.
Yeah.
How many dogs does your mom have now?
3.
3. So Lark, Thea,
An Edge.
and Edge. Okay. That was the other one I couldn't think of the other night.
Yeah. She's, again, like similar to Diesel. Not dead yet.
Yeah.
I think they are the 2 last remaining from their litter. I don't know if there's anyone else from that litter.
That's crazy that was 15 years ago.
That's what Mike said to me. So I was talking about just feeding him whatever. I was like, fucking donuts, pizza.
Mike Churchill?
Yeah. He's like, that dog's 15. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, we had him at the Emmers Bridge Road house.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when you got
that
him.
alone
Like,
is 9 years ago now.
I was there when he was born.
Yeah.
That was I went there before work. I think that was the last litter your mom delivered at home.
Probably. Yeah, they were gonna have the same birthday this year's dogs, but because of their scheduling for the C-section, it's gonna be a day earlier.
Yep. Now, your mom's getting a dog, I
Yep.
would assume.
Yep.
Stud dog owner, right?
I don't know how that's working. This one, I don't know.
Are you getting one?
No.
No.
No. Derek and Casey are getting a dog.
Nice.
She's got she has 5 or 6 already accounted for.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. No, I think I'm going to try. So once these two fucking finally die, once Diesel finally dies, Senna's still in good health, but I don't think she'll be long behind him.
Yeah.
I haven't decided on like 5 or 7 years. Because like 7 is getting to the age of like, if we're still hunting hard, that's going to be tough. But then I look at like, what if I look ahead 7 years, where am I at in life?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Liv will be senior in high school, going to college. So do I really want a puppy if we're trying to, if she's still playing soccer and everything goes that way? Like, do I want a puppy when we're going to be chasing kids around New England? So, I don't know. And do I really want 2 fucking, like, 5 years old and a puppy? Like, that's still a lot of energy in life.
Absolutely.
That's why I was looking. Like, 7 kind of makes the most sense. I don't want to wait as long as I did this time, but that wasn't, it was in my control, but also out of my control. If I had done this puppy when we got Senna in 2020, I would have fucking killed that dog.
Yeah.
Like, with where the girls were at and taking care of stuff and everything. But, I mean, knock on wood, that dog has destroyed nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No, he's not left out, like, but, like, he's still in the house with us. We've blocked off the front 2 rooms, but he's got full reign of the house. But he sleeps in his crate. He's in his crate anytime we leave the house. The most that fucking dickhead does is eat poop.
Yeah.
So.
This is my first puppy, like actual 8-week-old, like puppy.
Yeah.
Because I got Riley when he was just under a year old. So I'm excited.
There's nothing better.
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to it. Mandy's obviously looking forward to it. So yeah. It'll be fun.
I'm trying to convince Leah to let Turbo sleep in the bed.
I'm surprised he hasn't yet. Because Diesel always did, right?
Yeah. She likes her space. I'm like, yeah, but I like to play with a dog. Like, I like to get in bed and, like, bring the dog up and, like, play with him. And then when I wake up in the morning, the problem is also he wakes up at, like, 5:30 every goddamn day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, maybe if he was in bed with us, he wouldn't care. And as long as you stayed asleep, he'd stay asleep. She's like, yeah, but he'd just get up with you. I was like, yeah. He does that anyways.
Yep.
So, what do you want? But, also, yellow dog hair goes fucking everywhere.
You don't have to fucking tell me.
I'm like...
I live that life. Mandy was like, do you want a male or a female? I was like, I don't care. Either way. I said, whatever's available. And she was like, are they all going to be black? I said, I'm pretty sure. But
no idea.
I don't know with after Turbo. Like, I guess it's a possibility.
Yeah. I don't know the genetics of this other dog.
Different stud.
Yeah. Yeah. Dre had something going on. He was on some sort of fucking medicine or a steroid, and so they're like, we can't breed for another little while.
Yeah.
So my mom found this other dog, pretty local by her standards.
Yeah.
But then that got me thinking. It's like, do I really want to, like... Because the other thing that plays into this is like, all right, are my parents going to be breeding dogs in 7 years?
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it next year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if she keeps a puppy, I assume she will breed that dog at least once or twice, which is 2.5 to 3 years away, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Worst case, I keep one out of that just to have one. Because, like, I got thinking about it. I'm like, once they stop,
Yep.
I was like, am I going to have to actually, like, buy a dog? This could be terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, with that line, and I'm like, well, if I actually put a dog through, like, HRC or AKC field trials and then studded him out, then I could just get a puppy that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's not the end of the world. But then I have to deal with all those fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of kids stuff, I don't have a whole lot of time to go spend a weekend down in Hopkinton, Massachusetts at a field trial. So I'm like...
Yeah. Especially if you're chasing soccer kids around.
Yeah.
Like... And then... Like, I would probably rather have a male dog. But... Like I said, either way, I'm good with it. But I do know that I am gonna... if I get a male dog, I'm snipping him. I'm not...
Yeah.
Fucking around with that.
Depends on how you look at it. Male dogs are typically more drawn to the females.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, would be your wife's dog.
Yeah.
You get a female dog, it's more likely to be yours.
Yeah.
And then that will just go up her ass sideways.
Either way, we're going to be...
Either way, you're going to lose. So
Exactly.
and
But in the other... Like, I told... And Mandy, like, one of her plans with her career at the school was to hopefully at some point introduce a therapy dog.
Yeah.
And I told her flat out, I was like, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be the dog for that. They may be... We're going to have to see what the temperament's like. A couple years, and it may work out, it may not, but I said this is a dog that I would like to take up bird hunting and stuff like that, so we got to keep that in mind too.
Yeah. Well, it's like I look at Major, right, versus Turbo.
Who's Major?
The police dog in York.
Oh, yeah.
The therapy dog. He's a big fat roly-poly fucking chocolate. Perfect dog for a therapy dog.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb. Doesn't give a shit. Will sit with you wherever you are.
Yeah.
Lets kids hang all over him. He's great.
Yeah.
But yeah. Turbo would love to be around that many kids, but he's also going to decapitate probably 7.
Yeah. Just with his tail.
Yeah.
That doesn't even include the ones he's going to fucking hip check.
Oh, it's not the hip check. It's the through the legs and lifts his head. Like he
did that to me the other night.
Yeah, he'd be throwing kids just like a fucking bull, inadvertently, because all he wants to do is go between your legs and have you scratch his butt. That's his fucking game.
Yeah.
Like he does it to me every morning. Doesn't matter what I have on. I leave the house with fucking yellow fucking insides of my legs.
Part of me smiles every time I hear you talk about yellow dog hair, because I remember when I had Riley, they're like, that's why you only get a black dog.
That's all I wanted, a fucking black dog.
I know.
My fucking first response was not like, congratulations, it was wrong color.
Yeah. So, it's just, I get a kick out of it. It's funny.
I'm legitimately rethinking what I'm buying for my next truck. Because I'm like...
Riley didn't spend much time in this truck, because I got it, like, right before we put him down. So, he rode in it a little bit, and it was still covered. And that's all black.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, the back seat of my truck right now is just a fucking explosion. Now, granted, I also haven't cleaned my truck in a year and a half. But
my 4-door, remember my 4-door Chevy I had with the black interior? That was fucking destroyed from Riley, just dog hair wise. He chewed my Toyota.
Yeah, that was funny.
He covered my my Chevy in dog hair. I was talking to somebody the other day about Riley chewing, or dogs chewing things. And I said, you want to know how much you want to know how I know how much a seatbelt costs in a Toyota Tacoma?
Yeah.
And they said, how's that? I said, because dogs could chew through them. They're $800, or they were at the time. Shift knob is $100.
Believe it or not, you can drive a steering wheel if it's missing chunks.
Yeah. Yep.
Because those are real expensive.
Yeah. Oakley sunglasses, steering wheel, seat belt, shift knob, center console, boots. And we started hunting with him, and it went away.
Yeah. He was bored.
Yep.
He needs a job. That's what, like, I tell
autistic
Leah,
kids and Labradors.
I tell Leah every day. I was like, work that dog every day, and it'll be the best fucking dog you ever will have.
Yeah.
And it's true. You go outside. I mean, she was outside. I moved my truck. I had parked it out front, and then I moved it out back today. And she, right after I worked out, and I didn't realize she was out there throwing for him. But she was just getting done. She's like, he's fucking psychotic. I was like, then make him do what you want. You can't just get mad at the dog.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand that you're frustrated. He doesn't really give a fuck that you're frustrated. Now, what he does understand is if you grab him by the ear and look at him and say, I said sit, motherfucker, that gets through. Because, like, she was like, when I came over, he had just jumped up on her and she was all pissy. And I walked over. She's like, he just won't fucking leave it. Like, I'm just trying to leave him alone. I was like, and I called his name. I called his name again, told him here. He didn't come here. I walked over, grabbed him by the ear, walked back over with him. He walked on his back feet over there. And then I sat him down. And I said, sit. And he sat there for 2 minutes. And I was like, this is all you have to do. And, like, he went to move, and I swung a water bottle across. Like, I didn't hit him with it, but it, like, brushed in front of him, and he was like, whoa, fuck. Sat back down. I was like, you have to be hard on the dog. It's the same thing what you should be doing with the children, but we're not going to say that quiet part out loud.
That's going to be the difference between Mandy and I and a dog. Like, we've never raised a dog together. Riley was fucking trained when she came into his life.
Yeah.
So, it was a completely different story. So that's going to be the difference between me and her.
It is just about consistency and regiment.
I know Mandy has talked to Kathy in the past about Sue up in Acton.
Yeah.
And her classes and stuff. So, and Mandy is gung-ho about doing all those trainings or doing those classes with the dog this summer. So,
yeah, I mean, Turbo did some of them. I told her he needs to go back just because speaking of which, Leah just added a story. Because he gets so goddamn giddy and just turns into a retard around other dogs.
Yeah.
Just because he's around these three.
yeah.
But, like, other dogs when we're out walking or running, he, like, goes ballistic and just wants to go say hi.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. Go fuck yourself, dude. Like, also because I don't like other people's dogs. Like,
Same.
you think I avoid people fishing? Fuck. You should see me with a dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want your dog anywhere near me. And if your dog comes near me and it doesn't listen to you, my first reaction is to kick your dog in the fucking head.
Yeah, you're not going to like what I do to your dog.
Yeah. If your dog's small enough, I will pick it up by the scruff of its neck. And if it tries to bite me, it is coming at you in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad's buddy of my dad's just was announced as the president of Maine Maritime.
Oh, no shit. Speaking of, it's kind of a somber moment, but
Yeah.
R.I.P. to
The old salt bum.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. I remember, like, when I first heard about it. Sorry to go off topic, but what I sent you, you can. We'll get to it in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, when I first saw it and what was going on, and I talked to him a little bit, like what was going on with my old man.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, yeah, I didn't catch it in time, and going through chemo and everything, and I was like, oh, that's not the road you want to really be on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go get your buttholes checked.
I did. And it's just about as enjoyable as you'd think it is. But
Better than being dead.
get your PSA levels checked. If something's wrong, if something doesn't feel right when you're taking a piss, talk to your doctor about it. Advocate for yourself. That's important. As much as I fucking hate doing it, it's important. So. But yeah.
Yeah. Too bad. To switch gears.
Yeah.
Your what I just sent you on Instagram.
Should I go look at it?
You should. And you can bring this back up and reignite the fight with your wife. Because a buttload is actual measurement. There's 126 gallons.
Or 477 liters.
So a buttload of something is quite a bit. 126 gallons?
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a shitload. What's a shitload?
I don't know. Speaking of stuff you sent me on Instagram today, that should really be, I mean, well, maybe not. That could be a segment.
What?
The shit you send me on Instagram, but the one you sent me said,
that cannot be a segment, actually.
where was I'd like to apologize to anyone who gets barked at from my car this summer. It's not a dog, it's my autistic homie. The funny thing is, I barked at somebody driving down the road the other day. I saw that. I was like, does he have a dash cam in my truck that he doesn't know about?
What the fuck is my phone recording?
Because I was bringing Liv home from work, and there was this guy, like, in the fucking turning lane on 236, in the right lane on 236 on his e-bike. And I kind of went around him, and I rolled down the passenger side window, and I started fucking barking at him viciously. Just more to fuck with Livy than anything.
Yeah.
And she was like, that was weird. Well,
Yeah.
I do weird shit.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome to my vehicle. So, that is a very solid play. Don't.
Yeah, there's no way. Have you seen the videos? Like, there's Instagram reels out there where it's like a group of couples that are out to eat, and they're like, "Oh, we should just go over like our For You pages." Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my god, mine is just like straight sourdough," and the other one's like, "I know, mine's just like beachy vacations," and they're like, "Todd, what's yours?" And he's like, No, we're not."
Yeah. Mine is
actually,
murder victims and fucking just hellacious dark humor.
Yeah. Which, speaking of dark humor, and even tying back in AI to this conversation, we are doing it today.
Right.
An AI robot programmed to give ethical advice turns racist and homophobic after studying 1.7 million real-life human examples.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe AI is not the future. Yeah, like if I click my search button, I'm not busting that out in public.
Yeah, same.
Although I have Bobby Lee and Shane and then boats right now. Plus quite a bit of other stuff which you can figure out.
Yeah. You ever watch Kickball Dad?
Yep.
I like him.
He's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like, what is it, Shane? Where they play fucking
Oh, yeah.
on dodgeball.
Yeah, the greatest mouth on the internet.
Yeah, I don't like that whole part of it. That annoys me.
But on dodgeball.
Watching him get hit in the fucking, just getting rocked with.
Did you see the one where him and Jake where they were chipping tennis balls at each other on dodgeball? And like Shay was like, I've never golfed before, and then he like chipped a tennis
Just
ball.
absolutely laced one right into the nuts.
And he was like, oh, and Jake was like, you've never played golf before. What a great day to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then the poor names they called Jake. Fatrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Matt Fatford or something like that. Fatstard. Fat Stafford.
Fat Stafford, yeah.
Yeah. The latest one, the bob and weave, or the undodgeball that they do while they're holding 2 hot cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Or a hot bowl of soup.
Yeah.
And then they take those remember the whistle Nerf balls?
Yeah, Vortex.
And fucking bean one right off the head.
Yeah. It's honestly like what you wanted to do as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
That you were always told was too dangerous. Now these two idiots
are making
millions off of it. Although the funniest part of all of it is like they live in a neighborhood like Chad's old neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where it's just like it's a fucking
like
back to back.
They did one the other day where it was a video of they were in the cul-de-sac and the Amazon truck pulled down. They had to like wait for it.
Yeah. But like they're going through the fence between the neighbors, and like every video you'll see like there's like 3 new boards on the fence from where they went through. Yeah. And like they shattered the window in the house, and I'm like, now are the 3 because like there's 3 of them that routinely show up in the videos.
I'm wondering if they they probably rent that house together. I bet.
Do they rent it or do they own it?
Yeah, probably at this point they should own it.
Yeah, but like.
And then they got that lake house that they're always at, too. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, there's no... I mean, maybe they own that. They are making a ton of money.
They may own...
But I think that's a parent's place.
They may have bought it from them at this point. But
yeah, that house that they're in, I'm like... I'm wondering if that's, like, where he grew up.
Yeah.
And, like... He bought his parents a nice place, and now he just torments the fuck out of the neighborhood. Which I respect the shit out of.
Yep.
We were talking. My dad's on this new warpath of making sure everything's ready for when he dies, which is it's a good thing to go through. Absolutely. And make sure everything's lined up. But
it's kind of morbid, but it makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He texted me the other day. He's like, "Hey, I need your social security number for inheritance paperwork," and I was like, I just texted back, "Sweet, made the cut."
Yeah, he didn't text you and ask for Leah's. Oh man!
And then, but he's like, my mom's mentioned something about like, yeah, and like, and after we're gone, like, you just sell this place, talking about their house up off, and I was like, fuck no. I'm going to rent that out, and I will be the premier person for anyone with dogs. The more, the better. Just if that fucking neighbor still lives there, oh, fuck. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
We will just
VRBO it.
VRBO it to literal fucking
dog owners.
Dog racing people.
Yeah.
Like, I want huskies there that just get going.
Just go outside.
Yeah. I want them fucking chained up in the whole front yard.
Jesus Christ. You're just going to, like, have sled dog teams
Yeah, sled
come and
dogs.
stay
Yeah,
there?
I don't mean, like,
Yeah.
chained up, like...
Just put out...
in the
You
hood.
could just put out houses.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They're going to think you have some sort of dog.
Create a doggy Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah, the people are actually staying down on the beach somewhere. They just bring their dogs up there to run amok.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of money in dog care.
Yeah. Yes, there is. I was very lucky for the years that I brought Riley to your mom's house
Yeah.
every day.
We're looking at... Oh, actually, hey, what are you doing on April break?
I'm going to be around. Are you guys going away?
Yeah.
I may be able to come here. I had to talk to Mandy. I think she's going away somewhere.
Just for like 3 days. We're going to go down to B More.
Oh, yeah, see the...
See the seeps?
Yep.
So.
I haven't texted Evan in over a year.
You should text him right now.
I should.
And be like, what up, bitch?
I watch the live feed of the tugboats every day on YouTube. There's a one for the Moran boats in Portsmouth. And I think of them every day when I watch it. Or when I see a ship coming in. I'm like, that's one of my
Tisms.
tisms is that ship.
Like the boats.
Yeah, boats. Watch.
Boats. I like boats.
Big ships.
Big boat guy. Big boat guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last time I texted him was December 7th, 2023.
You didn't even text him on his birthday? You fucking asshole.
Well, let me scroll back to fucking October 26th of 2024. I didn't hear from him. So, all right. I don't even know how to start it. I feel like I'm texting an old girlfriend.
Like, what up, dog? Hope your shit hasn't got stolen yet.
He's either going to... I'm not going to hear from him right away, or he'll, like, FaceTime me right now.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Because Evan's a phone call guy sometimes.
He's a big phone call guy.
Yeah.
Touching base.
I still have him in my favorites on my phone. On my pinned text messages. Aaron Broadus will be happy to know that he made the cut for the people in the pin messages.
You did. He didn't.
I got rid of one, so I had to move somebody up because I'm not going to just have an empty spot there now. And,
See, I actually just upgraded someone to it.
Yeah.
Only because when the Seaperts were living up here, we had Evan's home group chat, which included Evan, and then an Evan's away group chat, which didn't include Evan. It was just Evan's wife and my wife.
Just get a million text messages.
Yeah, because, when you're fucking trying not to sink in the fucking South Korean fucking straits of whatever shithole vessel you're on, you don't really want to hear about the fucking breakfast fucking mimosas you're missing. It doesn't exactly make being away any easier. But now, the person I upgraded, I don't have a picture for, so it's really kind of fucking my pins up.
Yep. I think the only person that I don't have a picture for is Aaron Broadus.
I could give you a picture for Aaron Broadus.
I've got pictures of him.
I wish I had a picture of him when he fucking turtled himself when we were on that stupid river with all the fucking stupid grass.
I don't know. I have these rogue notifications on my phone, like the bubbles for like saying I have a notification, but I go to the app and there's nothing, and they won't go. All right, there, got it.
You big gotta. So I gotta stay clean. Like Instagram is the only one on here.
Instagram's the only one that ever has them for me.
Instagram and Gmail, only because that's the soccer club Gmail is through there.
And my email has them.
No, so I can't do that. Because if I go to my email, right now, my Yahoo email has 86,919 unread emails.
You're a fucking animal. I have 15 unread.
15?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have badges on for my email anymore. But so what is cool is you can turn, if you use Apple Mail,
Yep.
you can turn badges on for anyone that you put in favorites. So what I
If
did,
one pops up.
I did was I went through and put all of the fucking jackasses that email me from Seacoast United, because that schedule changes fucking minute by minute.
Yeah.
And I added them all to my email favorite contacts. So now when I see I have a notification on my phone from email, I know that something is changing for soccer.
Oh, you could zoom in.
On Instagram?
No, on the tugboats.
Oh. Did you know you can zoom in Reels?
No.
Oh, yeah. So
I know I noticed they brought back the pause.
Yeah. But if you are, like, watching this.
Oh, yeah. No shit.
Yeah. How do you pause? Just hold your thumb on it?
No, you just tap it.
No, that mutes it. Still plays.
I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm going to go to my Instagram, and if they got rid of it again. So.
Just go to the button that says Reels, fucker.
Yeah, that's it.
That was a double tap.
No, I did double tap it.
Mine doesn't do that.
That is a funny one, though. I'm going to send that to you.
I wonder if that's in settings. Oh, is that how the boys get through the protesters? Yeah.
All right, you've seen it?
Yeah. And it's them in a truck just bouncing around.
With a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. I wonder if that's in, like, settings.
Well, I haven't changed anything.
Ah, you can get rid of political content? That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
No way. Good on you, Instagram. Accessibility? No. Jesus Christ, it's like being in a room with my mother.
Sorry.
Turn that up a little bit, why don't you?
Sound like my wife.
The people outside can't hear it. Oh, your wife gives you shit on that?
Yeah. But then she'll do it. It's not wrong when she does it.
See, I honestly don't know the last time my phone was not on silent.
Mine's on silent every day, but I shut it off when I go to bed. Even though it does, I know it doesn't. I'm worried that if I don't take it off silent, I won't hear my alarm.
So there was a little glitch with Apple where if you went into your sounds and this part gets turned down,
Yeah.
and it would dim your alarm. So I went for a while. I had the same issue. Well, I slept through my alarm. But yeah. I turned it. I had my sound on the other day because I was doing something. I had left my phone like in my shop or something, and I was working on something. I was like, well, that way I hear it because I have my watch on. So every time I get a notification, like my watch dings, it doesn't ding. It just vibrates on my hand, and I can feel it. That's normally how I answer anything. But
I don't sleep with. Do you sleep with your watch on?
depends. Some days I get in like a habit of charging my watch at work, and then it's charged when I'm home.
Yeah, I charge it every night, so I don't sleep with it on.
I haven't been, just because I enjoy charging it at night too, because I bought a really cool stand for next to the bed.
I also saw a reel that somebody talks about how their Apple Watch exploded while it was on their wrist. I doubt if it's true or not, but that like kind of freaked me out a little.
It's still on your wrist. It would still suck if it exploded right now.
Would.
I'd rather be asleep and have it explode, and then it's like, all right, well, fuck me.
You know, Garrett, I did not ask not anywhere in that story did I ask for your reasoning.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
Oh, what would I do without you or Mike Churchill?
Got mother on the old Apple Watch.
Your mom?
Yeah.
I thought she had one before everyone.
Nope. She hasn't had one. And then she started walking more with Lark, and she was doing this fucking walking challenge that she found on Facebook. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to start watching out to see if she fucking falls into these fucking follow me for fucking $1,000 schemes.
Oh no.
I don't know. But
message me.
Yeah, she's on a walking thing now at this point. And but so she's like, I need something to track my steps and track how far I walk. I said, Apple makes a watch for that, and it talks to your phone. She's like, I don't know.
Your phone even tracks it without the watch. You just keep it in your pocket.
That's what I said. I'm like, you could just hit, like, go for a run and use the fitness app, or go for a walk, and it will track how far you go by GPS. Or download Strava if you really want to get fucking fancy.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. And she's like, maybe a Fitbit. And I was like, why are you going to spend 3/4 of the money on a fucking Apple Watch for a Fitbit that does exactly what an Apple Watch does, just a little shittier?
Yeah.
Just buy the fucking Apple Watch. And then finally she was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. I don't know if she got the cell phone one. I think she did. Where it has, like mine has a cell plan. So I can make phone calls anywhere without my phone. Yeah, I can listen to music. Like, I can connect my AirPods and run with just my watch and don't have to bring my phone. Like,
yeah, I don't have cellular. My new iPad is cellular, which is nice because if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still use all the features. But
Starlink, baby. I'm in the beta testing program for that, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but...
For Starlink?
Yeah.
Do you have a Starlink?
No, so Starlink paired with T-Mobile.
Oh, okay.
So you can send text messages and video and pictures. Text
Starlink
and
satellite?
Yeah.
That's cool. So that'll work offshore?
Yeah.
Like if you go offshore?
I think so. I don't know. Or if I'm in, like, the mountains.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
I'm interested to try it out this year. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing anything, but I got an email the other day that said, welcome to the beta testing for Starlink and T-Mobile. And they're like, your phone's capable of doing this. And I'm like, well, then why can't we all just do it?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Elon's so bad.
Remember when... Oh, fucking... You know, as many people that are so pissed off about this, like, you realize he is just actually trying to hold people that spend your fucking taxes accountable?
Accountable.
I'm okay with that.
But he's also a Nazi.
He's very much a Nazi. He's also the most successful African we have in this country. It's truth.
Yep.
I love to bring that one out when someone's going off on him.
I should do that to Sam at work the next time he goes off on Elon.
Yeah. You know, I have my doubts about Sam. I still do. But he loaded my pellets the other day without me even having to ask.
Sam's a good kid.
He's like, I'm going to go do that for you. I was like, You don't really have to. I don't really give a shit. I've kind of loaded my own shit here my entire life.
His political views are a little skewed.
Well, he's just a dumb college kid going to a dumb liberal college.
The other day. So his brother just got his driver's license. His dad bought him a 2019 BMW 5 Series. And Sam's driving like a 2012 Toyota Highlander.
Good.
And I'm like, I was like, how's that make you feel, Sam? He goes, kind of fucked up. I was like, wow.
Welcome to communism. What you like, you little fuckstick.
He's like, well, my dad did say maybe he'd get me like a 6 Series or something. I was like, if I was your dad, I was like, you know what I was told when I got my driver's license? Good. Now I don't have to drive you to work.
Yeah.
Because I already had a job.
Yeah.
Poor Sam. He's like, Peter got it because it fits his hockey bag in the trunk. I was like, no, he got it because he's spoiled. It just happened to fit his hockey bag in the trunk. If it didn't, he would have bought him something that did. And
I was going to say, an X7M really fits the hockey bag correctly. If we really,
I said, now he just portrays the pretty white boy, fucking white collar hockey kid now.
Yeah, congratulations, your brother's a Republican. That's why your dad bought him a BMW.
And Sam's dad is far from Republican. His dad works for Cisco Systems.
Yeah.
Who does all the the Jumbotron screens and IT stuff for Gillette, the Garden, fucking he was at the draft. He was in the draft room when they drafted Drake May.
That's pretty cool.
Because that's one of the perks of them working with Gillette or with the Patriots, I guess. So, I was like, that's the type of shit I would want to go. Fuck the car. Bring me to draft day. That's the type of shit I would want to do. You know?
I could give two fucks about draft day. I'd rather have a 5 Series.
I don't want a 5. The only BMW I've ever ridden in was Leah's. It was fun. But they're not built for guys like me.
No. That car kind of sucked.
There was one cup holder in the whole thing?
There was 2. Both on the passenger side.
But they're for driving. They're not for...
They are.
I told Sam, I was like, your dad should get you a truck. That's what he should get you. Tell your dad you want a Toyota Tacoma. He's like, what do I need a truck for? I was like, first of all, a BMW 5 Series isn't going to be that good in snow.
Sam really gives off Subaru Crosstrek vibes.
No, I don't think so. His dad drives a Lexus. His mom drives a Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. His sisters all drive Lexuses. It'd either be a Lexus or a Beamer. But I was like, you should have an SUV with 4-wheel drive. You're driving back and forth from Durham. So, if you're in a snowstorm,
Durham is not that far. He does not need 4-wheel drive.
I'm just thinking it from my eyes. I would much rather have a truck than a fucking Beamer.
I would too, but I'm not a liberal. I bet you he would be a big Subaru Crosstrek fan.
He hates Teslas. Fucking hates them.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody brings him up, he's like, fucking Elon. I was like, oh, Elon, yeah, he's so bad. Gave internet to people that can't afford it. Never had it before.
Yeah.
And
oh, sorry. Remember that time that you did so much for Ukraine? Elon gave him free Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, now that we've been canceled. Fly Expo, week from Saturday.
Week from Saturday. Fly Expo. What day is it on?
March 29th.
All right.
I'll be there
30th,
outside.
30th, we got our first outdoor soccer game.
I thought you had some last week.
Oh, yeah, we had a tournament last weekend. Saturday did not go well.
Yeah.
Saturday, after the first game, we legitimately had a conversation in the car about, I don't need to pay this much money to watch you play that fucking badly.
Aren't you supposed to... gentle parent than Garrett. Aren't you supposed to say things like, "You tried your best, honey"?
Yeah, she didn't.
We'll keep working harder at practice.
And it was her whole team. Like, we talked collectively as a parent group. It was pretty funny. It was like, we were all just standing there. It's like, it's 9 o'clock on a fucking Saturday. It's 41 degrees out, blowing 30, and it's also about to rain. And we're paying for this, actually. Yeah, could have done without that.
Well, good news is, looks like for the Fly Expo, the long range forecast for the Fly Expo, it doesn't look like it's going to be brutally fucking cold out.
I only get to Friday and it's 46.
The Weather Channel brings me to Saturday and it says 52.
That would be a fucking heat wave for that thing.
Right?
If it's not blowing 70.
I've never been to one where it wasn't raining, snowing, or blowing.
And freezing fucking cold.
Last year, I was like, I don't really get cold. Like, I do, but I don't. But, like, it doesn't bother me. Last year was fucking cold. And the wind cut right through you.
Yeah.
They had heaters in the tent, but still.
It didn't really matter unless you were standing legitimately right next to it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So come see us. Come see me. Garrett will probably make an appearance. Mandy's going to come down for a little while.
Oh, yeah. I'll be around. I haven't decided if I'm going to go early or late. Probably maybe both.
I wish they had, like... I wish there was a way to, like... It'd be cool to get a group of us out to dinner afterwards. Like, Aaron, Alex Poland, you and I. Like, maybe that's just it. Like, that's all I want.
Yeah.
But... Uncle Jim.
Yeah. I'd take Jim out to dinner.
Right? Jim, we're buying.
Jim seems like a pretty simple dinner guy.
Can of Spam. Fucking Dennis.
I was going like red beans and rice. Like,
Can of Spam if it's, you know.
it's a holiday.
It's a holiday. Mandy bought me my first can of Spam. I've never had it before. And somebody...
You shitting me?
Yeah, somebody was talking about it, and I was like, that sounds pretty good. Like, you've never had Spam? I was like, no.
Fried Spam, dude.
So she bought me a can of it.
Pan fried.
Yeah. But I like one thing I want to try with it is the Spam, the poor man sushi.
Yeah.
Sticky rice and you roll it up. So
The
basically just bologna, right? Essentially.
Yeah, just in brick form.
Yeah.
And a little chunkier. Like, bologna's pretty uniform. Unless you get, like, the real actual bologna where they have, like... I'm talking, like, Oscar Mayer bologna.
Yeah.
There was no pieces of anything else in there.
Yeah.
Everything was homogenized. Well,
I can't wait to open the can of Spam in front of Mandy because I guarantee you she'll fucking gag. And it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah. Spam is one of those unique to Maine things. I run a quarterly meeting that I have to host at Seabrook. And so that's what the pizzas we were having for an appetizer before the podcast were from.
Yeah.
And I also pick up refreshments. I like to buy the mini cans because it makes you feel huge.
Yeah.
So I bought mini cans like Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Sprite, and ginger ale.
Yeah.
And then I get the mini bottles of water, the tiny little Poland Springs.
They're gone.
But then I bought a 12-pack of Moxie in man size. And everyone walked in there like, Moxie? I was like, hey, I'm going to represent where I'm from.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking Moxie.
I don't think Spam's not really a Maine thing. That's got to be a...
No, it's more... It is I would say it's a Mainer thing.
But it's national, though, right? It didn't, like, start in Maine or anything.
I feel like it could have. I feel like it could be. Where did
I know,
Spam...
I mean, Red Hot Dogs did, for sure.
the meat originate? Yeah, it was originally from Minnesota. Yeah, I'd say it's more of a northern thing than a southern thing.
Yeah.
Spam helped fill a huge need for inexpensive meat products right after the Second World War.
Interesting.
Oh, actually, it hit the shelves in 1937, but it's towards the end of the Great Depression is what it says.
Yeah.
Was the Great Depression still going on in 37?
No.
I didn't think so.
It was like, I thought it was, well, no, because it started in 29 when the stock market collapsed.
Is Spam healthy? No. AI overview. No, Spam is generally not considered a healthy food choice. It's a canned, processed meat product made from pork and ham. High in saturated fat, sodium, and preservatives. Consuming the... Oh.
I did get the low sodium one.
Oh, good. Consuming excessive amounts of Spam can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, obesity, and cancer.
Great. So my doctor will love to hear it.
Yeah.
I've been on a Spam diet.
Should be consumed in moderation. Or avoided altogether.
A lot of bad news on the Spam front.
Yeah.
So at some point I'll have a review.
I would not eat it more than a few times a week. I mean, I once or twice a decade is probably sufficient.
Right. That's fine.
All right.
All right, folks.
I got pissed, and it's getting hot as fuck in
Yeah, I
here.
was just going to say, it is getting a little warm in here.
Yeah, we got both heaters, Alpha and Bravo train heaters going. It's real hot.
So, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
We'll be back. We'll pump up the old fucking Fly Expo next week.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. So, look at that. We're already planning for next week.
You gonna bring a little puck of
Of flies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. To give out.
There we go.
So, bring your kids. None of you fucking adults are getting any.
Yeah.
So, don't think you're getting any free flies from me unless you're a kid.